Very warm welcome back to a sun-drenched Forfarshire Cricket Club. It's semi-final number 2, folks. ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. Papua New Guinea taking on Thailand. Bangladesh are already there, folks. They beat Ireland this morning. Should be an absolute cracking second semi-final. I've got Isabel Joyce alongside me. Isabel, you looking forward to this fixture?
Yeah, I've really been looking forward to this one. These two teams, neither of them have been to a World Cup, so we're guaranteed a new participant in the 2020 World Cup. And how exciting is that for world cricket? Thailand, the fancied team, they've been tidy. They've been absolutely brilliant this tournament. They turned over Ireland to make sure that they had this semi-final. They'll be taking on Papua New Guinea. They got to the semi-finals last time around, but were beaten by Ireland those semi-finals. So they've said they want to go one further this time, but Thailand are the form team.
Well, Isabel, you've been very busy. A little while ago, you're outside conducting the coin toss. Let's go outside and see what happened at the toss.
We have the ICC Women's World T20 Qualifier 2019 semi-final number 2. It's between Papua New Guinea and Thailand, and I have the captains Sornarin Tipoch and Kaya Arua. Third umpire Sue Redfern to conduct the toss.
Yeah. Yeah. Head cool. Head will bat first.
Kaya.
Win the toss and bat first. Yeah.
Kaya, come and join me for a second.
I have this for you.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah.
So Kaya, you've won the toss. What have you elected to do?
We elected to bat first.
Okay, and why have you decided to do that?
We decided to bat first because we thought that we'll bat first would make a good runs, and then the Thailand will chase out.
And what do you think is a good total today?
More than 100, 115, I guess.
Okay, and any changes to your team?
Yes, there's 2 changes in the team. We got off Narela Ila and Isabel Toa out.
Okay, well, good luck and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, Narin, are you happy with that toss?
Yeah, we want to bat first also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have to bowl. What are you going to try and keep them under?
We want to keep them low than 80 run. Yes, I think we can do it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. And any changes to your team today?
No, we come same team. Yes, the best team for us. Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck.
Yeah, ขอบคุณค่ะ
Cap and cap. So that's it from the toss. Back to Niall.
Well, wonderful to hear the insights from the captains. Result of that toss, PNG winning the toss, electing to bat. Thailand won't be too disappointed. They've played good cricket all tournament. The much fancied side here, just getting some last-minute instructions from the coach. Very competent unit. PNG, though, they've been a bit of a surprise package, full of plenty of ability. We've got a cracking day's weather. We haven't been able to say that too often. We should have a wonderful fixture. Thailand, the favourites you would think to progress to the final, but Isabel Joyce, what do PNG need to do with the bat here to upset the favourites?
Well, they need to bat like they have all tournament, and they've got a couple of run scorers in their lineup. We'll look to that player, Sabona Jimmy. She's the 3rd highest run scorer in the tournament so far, and she'll no doubt be joined at some point by Ruma. Tanya Ruma, she's the 5th highest run scorer at 66. So plenty of runs to be scored by them. Thailand, though, they look like they're going to do a good job. They've got the highest wicket taker in the tournament, just 9.2 overs, Suthurang, and 10 wickets. She's been devastating in every single match. 2 Player of the Match awards so far. There are the officials, Claire Polisock, as you look at the screen on the right, and Eloise Sheridan, but both from Australia. Sue Redfern, 3rd umpire. So Thailand look as excited as any team I've seen before a match, and why shouldn't they be? What an occasion for them.
Yep, the 2 officials leading the sides out. Excitement overload here, you would think, at Forfarshire Cricket Club. Such a huge prize at stake. The chance to get to your first ever World Cup. There will be nerves. Don't let that excitement and exuberance fool you. Deep down, there'll be some nerves. Knockout game, semi-final fixture. It's all to do with who handles the pressure and handles the nerve better. Got a good surface, a good wicket. Outfield slightly slow due to the Heavy rain yesterday, the ball plugging in the outfield, so advisable to stroke the ball along the floor as opposed to chipping in the air. But we've been treated some wonderful cricket all week, and today's game, second semi-final, should be no different. Sabona Jimmy, 50 in her last outing, full of confidence. Southpaw, I love to see a left-hander up top of the order.
No surprise there, Niall. A lefty yourself. Yeah, Sabona Jimmy, she's bowled absolutely terrifically as well. She's the second highest wicket taker, so a serious all-rounder for Papua New Guinea. She's one of the reasons why they've found themselves here into the semi-final with a chance of going to that World Cup in February. What a trip that would be.
Yep, only across the water for PNG to Australia, but Chinita, right on fast bowler, very, very accurate, very skillful. Has taken a couple of really good holds already this tournament. Tends to just bring the ball back into the right hander, might just shape it away from the lefty. We've got a slip in place, we're ready to go.
Bit of swing early on, and that's what we've seen all week from Sitarang. So she won't mind seeing that one going miles outside off, with keeper moving across well to take it.
Well, slip in place, good to see. You've got to swing the ball away from the lefty. Left-handers like to throw bat to ball, so every chance could get a healthy edge. Important for slip not to be too close to the keeper. Full toss. In the air, safe. Over the infield. Should get two. And PNG are up and running.
Well, I think she meant to send that leg side, but the amount of swing that Sutarang gets, it ended up outside off, and she's gone through it the shot. Good start for her. She'll be happy to get some runs on the board. Nerves, no doubt, in a semi-final with such big stakes on the line.
Well, PNG just need to continue on how they've been going so far. They've played well in the group stage. Good disciplined cricket. Skillful at times. Again, a little bit of shape away. Edging towards that wide line, but inside the blue line. The line is the umpire's, of course. Umpire's discretion. But Chinita's been good. Took a couple of big scalps in their last victory, so she'll be full of confidence, as will all the Thailand team. Nana Pat behind the sticks.
Lots of swing. That one's shot through. A rare mistake from the wicketkeeper. Third man comes around, so just the one by there. And this is what Chinita will want. She wants to look at the right-hander. Most of her wickets have been bowled, a few cut. So she'll be spearing the ball into that off stump. She gets vicious swing to right-handers, so really dangerous early on with the new ball. Gets a bit of swing at the back end, but this is when she's at her most dangerous.
Yep. Brings the ball back nicely into that off stump. Starts the ball normally around fourth stump. Brings it back into middle and off. Got to slip in place again to the right hander. There we go. That's exactly what we spoke about. Thick inside edge. Vare's account up and running.
Yeah, she has caught the inside edge there, but she's played straight. That's the key. A few people have played around the ball, looked to work it leg side. She's tried to play it straight, and then she's managed to catch the inside edge. So that's the way to go. The longer you face her, the easier it's going to get. Sabona Jimmy, the lefty, back on strike.
Good finish. Good finish. Good line and length. Solid forward defence. We're up and running. Semi-final number 2. Papua New Guinea. 4-1 out loss.
If you're just joining us, this is, as Niall just said, the second semi-final of the day. First one was a cracker. If this one's even close to that one, we've a really good game on our hands. Ireland turned over by Bangladesh. Ireland only managing to post 85, but they looked in the game 10 overs gone. Bangladesh still needed 50, but they managed to get over the line. Sanjida Islam played a cracking knock, 32 for her. She was player of the match. And who's it going to be in this game that's going to win the game for their team? And this is Nataya Buchatham, the off spinner. Very tidy opener. Right arm off spinner.
Yeah, good bowler. Gets a little bit of tweak, a little bit of spin. Right arm off spin. Very good control. Got a slip in place. So Thailand on the attack here. Searching for early wickets. Well bowled. Excellent. Tap and run. Big appeal, but to no avail. Good cricket. Warm applause on the sidelines. Good work from PNG.
Well, that's brave running. Suli Porn-Leomi is a fantastic fielder. She's operated in a very classy manner this whole tour. Tiny, tiny little fielder. Closer to the ground, Niall. It's easier to pick up and release.
Yeah, good fielder. As all the Thailand players are. They're a very good fielding unit. Very close again. Well, again, no dive. Something I've noticed this tournament. Players not willing to dive to make that extra half a yard to secure yourself in the ground. Over the wicket to the left-hander, Sabona Jimmy. Be well advised to hit fairly straight. Mid-off is in the ring. All the offside in the ring. Sweepers at long on and deep on the leg side. Left-handers, though, they do like to go cow corner. They like that slog sweep.
Well, no single this time. They've got a long on and a cow corner in place just for those shots that you were talking about. It was difficult earlier today to play down the ground, but I have a feeling with the longer the sun is on this surface, the better it's going to play. It's only going to get better to bat on.
Well, it's a good start here from Thailand. Accurate bowling, hitting a good line of length. Tuck leg side. Very nice stroke. Good cricket. Good batting. Just tuck leg side. First couple of overs in the T20 game, it's often just useful just to have a look. Have a look from an over each end. Get used to conditions. Get your account up and running, as both these PNG batters have done. 3 and 2 for Jimmy and Var. Well played. Well played. Well bowled. It's good cricket. It's good cricket here from both sides. Both sides searching. Thailand searching for a wicket. PNG not giving an inch.
That's well played through the offside. A well taken single from Ver. So a tidy one from Nataya Buchatham. It's the end of the second. Papua New Guinea, 7 for none.
Yeah, quiet start. Circumspect, but you can understand that. Big game. Easing their way into the contest. There hasn't been huge scores all tournament. A very close run out last over. Direct hit would have certainly meant for the batter. Well, that's fairly close. Dive would have definitely saved the ground, but there was no dive. And, well, difficult for the umpire. Real-time replay. We're lucky to have the replays and different angles. Umpires get a split second. Got two very good umpires on the field. Claire Polisak and Eloise Sheridan, both from Australia. Yeah, third umpire, Sue Redfern, on the sidelines. Whoa, what a ball! Chinita, as she's done so often this tournament, just bringing one back in through the gate of the right-handed batters. Clean bowled, early breakthrough for Thailand.
Well, that was the batter she wanted to bowl to. There, the right-hander. She's been so successful against the right-handers all week. And how many times have we seen that bowled by Chinita Sutarang? She's been fantastic in her opening spell. And you'd have to say Thailand have got here on the back of her now 11 wickets in 10.1 overs. She's a real find for Thailand. Good length here. Gets it to move early and late. Look at that gap between bat and pad. Always seems to find that gap, does Sutarang.
Yeah, quality bowler, especially with the new ball. Always extract a little bit of movement in the air and off the seam. And generally, it's the right-hander attacks the stumps, which is what you want to do with the new ball in a T20 fixture. So an early breakthrough for Thailand. PNG on the back foot from the off here.
That brings wicketkeeper and number 3 batter Brenda Tao. This is a good result for PNG in some ways. 2 lefties at the crease facing Suturawang. Not as effective against the left-handers. She's always missing the stumps, really. So these two need to face the majority of her opening spell for Papua New Guinea. Short, worked into the leg side. Scampers through Brenda Tao, but it'll just be the single.
Yeah, she's got a slip in place, so doesn't necessarily need to attack the stumps as much to the left-hander. Try and entice a drive, Chinita. Try and get a nick through to the keeper or the slip. A little bit overcast since the start of play here, 4 or 5 minutes ago, just helping the ball move a little bit in the air. But dare I say it, very pleasant conditions compared to earlier in the week. Bit of a wind blowing across the field. Short ball, played defensively, solid in behind it. Good cricket here from Thailand though, not giving PNG any width. PNG like to free their arms, they're powerful strikers of the ball. At the moment, Thailand containing.
That's another thing they like to do is drop and run, but Thailand are probably the best fielding unit in the competition, and that's a big call because the fielding's been absolutely outstanding in this tournament. It was the captain Sornarin Tipoch in extra cover who got there. Short again, worked through, and a bit of miscommunication. Good decision in the end not to run there. They took a single too early on. We reckon it could have been out, that run out. Suli Pornleomi made sure that there was none to her this time.
Well, the last thing you need in a crunch game is panic early. You don't need panic run-outs. You don't need to gift Thailand wickets. It's going to be hard enough to score runs against this talented bowling lineup without gifting them a couple of run-outs. So just need to sharpen up a little bit, get the communication right between the two batters. Chinita right on the ball here, bowling superbly well. Again, tucked away. Can't be one there. Won't be one there.
Yeah, if you're going to bowl, swing away from a left-hander, just like Chinita is, that's how you need him point. Suli Pornleomi. Got a backward point as opposed to a third man as well. Slip in place. She just hasn't quite got her length right to draw the edge yet, Chinita. She needs to bring the players forward. And that's what they were looking for. She's given herself a chance to take an edge, but it's gone through the field. A little bit of a slip in the covers there from Nataya Buchatham. So 2 runs for Brenda Tao. That's the end of Chanita's second fruitful over. 1 for 6 for her. Papua New Guinea are 10 for 1.
Nice stroke to finish. Cover drive for 2. Ah, beautiful. We haven't been able to see those beautiful mountains for a number of days with the rain and the grey, thick clouds, but a wonderful place. Dundee. Batting summary so far. It's early days, of course. Sabona Jimmy in good form at the moment, coming off a half century. Unfortunately, VAR's already gone. 3. Clean bowl by Chinita. It's a talented PNG lineup. How they're going to cope with this extremely talented Thailand bowling attack. Plans will be in place. The team meetings would have been had yesterday. Coaches and captain would have said their bit. It's now up to the 2 players in the middle to execute. Huge prize at stake. Chance to play in the final against Bangladesh and get to a World Cup. Right, I'm off in Nataya to continue. Nicely hit. Straight back. Yeah, it's good. It's good from Thailand. These PNG batters, though, they look to me like 2 players that are up for the fight.
Yeah, they don't seem too rattled by the occasion. Reverse sweep past the slip. Suli Porn gives chase. It won't make it to the boundary, but they will get 2 for it. Brenda Tao. Bit of an innovation And that'll help their cause, Papua New Guinea.
Clever. Very clever by Brenda Tao. Straight on the reverse sweep. Right arm over the wicket. Angle going across. So you've got a good angle to help with the reverse sweep. Got good connection. Didn't try and overhit the ball. Just placed it nicely for 2. Excellent batting. Clever.
Shorter that time. And excellent fielding as per usual in mid-wicket. Good calling from Brenda Tay. She recognised that she hadn't got it square enough early on. Good clear call. She sent Sabona Jimmy back to the other end, so they survived that one.
Cut away. Straight to the fielder though. Straight to cover point, which is a good region. If you can just squeeze that through the gap. Everyone up on the offside. There's 4 in the ring. Saving that single. Just got to try and puncture the gap.
Floated. Played down the ground. That's well bowled by Buchatham. Just change of pace. Drawn Tay forward. Slightly false shot. She manages to reel it in so she doesn't pop it up for a catch, but she's starting to get into her work here, Nataya.
Well, looking to close out a second over. A tidy one here so far. Flighted again. Well played. Excellent, excellent batting. Brenda Tao just dinks it to long on for a single. It's another good over though for Thailand. PNG 13 for 104. And Izzy, you've been out every day really looking at this pitch and looking at this ground. You should know the wicket better than anyone. What would PNG be looking to accumulate first innings here?
Well, there you have the bowling so far. It's 4 overs gone. There are those dots that you like to see, Niall. 6 and 7. Really good from those 2 bowlers. Yeah, this wicket, it's a good one, but it's been so wet that it's been under cover. So the longer it's out under the sun, the better it'll play. I think anything around 100 in Papua New Guinea, I think they've got a good chance. Thailand's stronger suit their bowling. Don't bat as deep as they do with their bowling. So anywhere 90 to 100 in Papua New Guinea are a good chance. Short.
Well, Chinita bowling a third over here. Obviously, Thailand wanting to break the shackles of this PNG lineup. One of their gun bowlers, Chinita. It's had a good tournament so far. Very skillful, very accurate. Normally, you see the opening bowler bowl 2 up front and then save 2 for the back end. But skipper giving Chinita one more, saying, give me another breakthrough. Keeping the slip in place. 3 saving on point to third man.
That's an excellent ball from Chinita. That's the perfect ball. The good length, just outside off stump. Brenda Tao had to play it, that one. It's too close to her stumps not to leave it. She almost edged that one through. So Chinita finding her line length to the left-handers.
Do you not have to play it every ball in a T20 game?
You don't have to. You probably should. But
probably should.
down leg side takes a bit of the pad, racing away, and they won't stop that one. A handy little boundary for Papua New Guinea.
4 runs given. So it must have been a little bit of bat. Umpire signalling 4 runs, not 4 leg byes. So that's a Brucey bonus. Chinita on the leg side, just straying on the leg side to the lefty. I think Chinita might be better off bowling around the wicket. With her angle, if you can bowl around the wicket, angle in and swing away, might be slightly easier for the 8. Let's just have a little look at this to see if there was a little bit of bat. Yeah, good call by the umpire. Good spot.
Yeah, I have to say, I think this is going to be a waste of a third over for Chinita. If she keeps bowling there, she might be a chance to take a second wicket. I think she's better against right-handers. Why not hold her back until, your leggy or one of your other off-spinners takes a wicket, get another right-hander in, and then give the ball back to Chinita.
Well, just give our cameraman a quick shout. They've been wonderful. Ewan Williamson, Stephen Wilcox, Alan Hill and Cammy Campbell bringing you these wonderful pictures here today.
Full toss, pulled away, missed out. She'll be sorry to miss that one, Brenda Tau. A freebie. You won't get too many of those today.
Nothing worse. Nothing worse. You get a big full toss and you hit it straight to the fielder. When you know batting is so difficult, runs are hard to score, then you get a big full toss and your eyes light up and you crunch it straight to the fielder.
Good strong shot from Brenda Tau. Brings to a close Chanita's third over. Papua New Guinea after 5 are 17 for 1.
Yeah, I can't help but agree with you there. Izzy, I reckon they should have kept Chanita a couple up their sleeve. Much better against right-hand batters. Almost wasted an over there. 5 overs bowled. Papua New Guinea won the toss. They said, we'll have first use. Bangladesh chased Ireland's score today. That was the first game at this venue all tournament that has been won by the side chasing. So Papua New Guinea hoping to restore the common theme of getting runs on the board and defending. 2 left-handers at the crease. Right arm offie from the pavilion end. Skipper into the attack. Tipoch, who's captained very well, it must be said, so far this tournament.
Flat worked leg side. That's well played. Really well played by Sabona Jimmy. She comes back for a second.
Great running. Excellent running. Sabona Jimmy. She wanted to from the moment it left her bat. She was in and out of the non-striker's end like a flash. Quick turn. And turn what was looked like a 1.5 into a 2. And that's what you need to do against a disciplined bowling attack. Take every second half run, every second chance. Well bowled. PNG reluctant to come out of the crease to the spinners, it seems, especially lefties facing the off spin of the ball, turning away. Seem to be fairly camped in the crease, which can restrict your stroke play.
Fuller well played down the ground, almost a catch. So nice sound off the bat, but a bit of danger there for Sabona Jimmy. Almost just popped it back up to the skipper.
Short ball. Dinked away. Early call. Trouble. Real trouble. Gone. It was always going to be tight. Great pick up and throw. The keeper did well. Gathered onto the stumps. PNG, they've lost their second.
Well, that was what you were saying they didn't need, Niall. Papua New Guinea really quick between the wickets, but Sornaran or Suli Pornleomi was quicker behind point. She wasn't going to let them steal through again. Took it as an insult the first time around. She was ready for them. Really good throw, and keeper does a great job.
Yeah, disappointment. You've got to go. You were called through for a single by your partner. You are well short of your ground. PNG, it's been a slow start. They've lost a second. The keeper, Brenda Tau, run out for 8 off 13. Good work by our opposing keeper, Nana Pat behind the stumps. Just dinked. It was just dinked behind point. It was always going to be tight straight to the fielder. Excellent work by Nana Pat behind the stumps. Got down nice and low. Watched into the gloves and bailed her off in a flash.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy return throw for Nana Pat there. Down by the boots. And she did a great job. And that's what's brought this right-handed batter to the crease. Tanya Ruma. Herself and Sabona Jimmy have a lot of work to do. That's a wide.
Much to do about nothing. There was a lot of commotion and shouting and exuberance, and then the umpire just said, settle, it's a wide.
Solid defence. Good line and length. So a lot of spinners in this Thailand attack. I'm hoping that we'll see some Papua New Guinea players either on the sweep or on the charge. Strongly played back again. Good first over from Sornarin.
Power play done and dusted. It's been a quiet one for PNG after winning the toss. They've moved to 20 for 2. Early loss and then a run out in that last over of the power play. Well, these are the next cabs off the rank for PNG. Some players padded up there. A little bit perturbed at the moment. They've played well so far this tournament. I'm looking forward to watching Oala bat. Hits a clean ball. Loves cow corner. Loves smacking the ball to the boundary. Looking forward to seeing her bat. But plenty of ability in that PNG side. Talking about ability, here's another fantastic bowler.
Now we're treated to the right arm leg spin of Suli Pornleomi. She was fantastic last game. Really bold, really flat. Gets a bit of turn. Flat and just inducing a false shot there from Sabona Jimmy.
Well, you've got to try and hit that, Sabona Jimmy. That's short, it's wide, it's a bad ball. You've got to really commit to that and punish it. No value in just dabbing the ball. You've got to really crunch that to the boundary.
Yeah, just playing within herself, Sabona Jimmy. Got to play with freedom. You don't win semi-finals by dabbing the ball around. Short again. Struck more strongly through the covers. That's made the fielder move a long way. Calls through for a second. Sabona Jimmy, now after one run out, is just worried about another one.
Yeah, they need to get the communication right. There's already been one kamikaze run out. The last thing you need is run outs aplenty. We saw that with Ireland. 2 or 3 run outs in their game. Lack of communication and a bit of nervous tension in a big game. Communication absolutely key here for PNG between the wickets.
Better length. She looked like she was gripping that ball too hard, second ball there in that over. But that's a better length and induces a forward defence.
Well, the sweep is on for Sabona Jimmy. There's 2 behind square in the ring. Nobody behind square, so if she can get that sweep hard and behind square, she's got full value. Again, just pats it back. No real intent, Sabona Jimmy. We're not used to this. We're used to seeing her coming out, playing strokes. 9 off 20. Trying to build an innings, I understand that. Got to try and rotate the strike. If you're not picking up boundaries, you've got to try and pick up ones.
There you go. That's a great effort in mid-wicket. It's the opening bowler. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is. Natakan. She's saved a couple runs there, but it just popped out at the last minute. There's the shot you were looking for, Niall, but just not placed correctly.
Well, great effort in the field. Diving away, just couldn't hold on. Already, though, Sully Porn is spinning her web. Lovely leg spinner. Tuck leg side. Should get one. Direct hit again. Ask the question. Nothing doing. A good over, though. Sully Porn, very, very good. PNG just struggling to get some momentum into innings. Well, a couple of half chances that over for Thailand. One popped out of the hands, then a good effort in the field. This was a great effort, diving one-handed, absolutely sensational effort by the bowler. Opened the bowling and then found herself at deep mid-wicket, and this is the run-out opportunity. Called early, pick up, throw. Yeah, made the ground nicely. Well, Isabella's left. Ian's joined me. Ian, circumspect start so far.
Yeah, nervy and probably expected. Let's just push back and, well, this is the Thailand captain. She's been tremendous throughout the tournament. Resilient is a word that I've put against this Thailand squad numerous times. They've showed some fantastic performances, but she's been a real stalwart in this side, led from the front.
Leg side. Sliding leg side for sure. Right arm round the wicket. Not a big turn of the ball to Poch. It's not going to turn onto the stumps. But Sabona Jimmy's got some work to do here. She's got herself in a bit of a rut. 10 off 24. She's a good stroke maker. She's playing well at the moment. She's in form. Half century last game. Needs to find a way here. Goes big. Hits it down to long on. Trickles. Outfield a little bit soft. All that rain we had yesterday, so the ball tended to plug. Not running away as quickly as it was earlier in the week.
Well, Jimmy's the crucial batter at the crease here. You think once they get up, Thailand in a very strong position. Like you said, they've got all that strong hitter of the ball for PNG, but Jimmy, she leads from the front here, and they head towards a score of 80 plus. They'll be in with a good chance.
Well, good bowling. Accurate. Flat. Not giving the batter a chance to free their arms and hit through the line. Just a tight grip on the PNG batters at the moment. Not releasing anything with any poor balls. You can't think of a bad ball really so far in the innings. Leg side tickled. Should be one. Shouldn't be a problem. Ones aren't going to hurt Thailand at the moment.
Well, that's better running there. And like you said, there's been a couple of kamikaze run-outs and a couple of miscommunications. We've seen that not just in the Island game, actually, quite a few times in the tournament. Think back to Scotland's game against Bangladesh. I know the circumstances were different, but so tight in the field, and no missed opportunities for Thailand in this game.
A little bit of width again, but Jimmy just nice stroke, but straight to the field there. And there's a real chokehold on the go here. Projected score is going to be 62. There's a little bit of rain in the air, folks, but I don't think it's going to cause us any problems today. The forecast is good. We had enough rain yesterday here in Dundee to last us a lifetime. It really was wet. I went out for a walk to see the sights and sounds of Dundee, and I retreated back to my hotel room very quickly yesterday. The rain. There's a bit of drizzle in the air at the moment, but it's not going to cause any concerns. Here are the bowling figures. Oh, make pretty good reading. Topoch 2 overs for 5, 1 for 10 for Chinita, who's excellent as always. It goes without saying, really. Nataya 2 overs for 6, and Sully Bourne with her leg spin. 1 over, just for the 3 runs.
Well, it's a bit annoying to see this rain. It's probably the first time we saw blue skies all tournament. It was just sitting outside and almost felt like sunbathing, which is a rarity up north in Scotland.
Oh, gone! Leggy goes straight on through the gate. A beautiful leg spinner's dismissal. Tanya playing for the leg spin, playing for the turn. It goes straight on, maybe with a little bit of rain in the air. The ball just skidding off the surface. Quality bowling.
Well, it's Suli Leomi again. How impressive has she been in this qualifying tournament? And once again, the wicket Aruma. Another one for PNG. All the work for Jimmy now. She's got to stay at the crease, Sabona Jimmy. Thailand getting their 3rd wicket. Just a nice delivery there and just clips the stump. Wonderful, wonderful scenes here. Thailand moving ever closer to a strong position in this semi-final.
Yeah, quality. She oozes quality. As a leader, as a bowler, fantastic cricketer. Absolutely sensational here by Thailand. They're a quality outfit. They're a team on the up, and they're moving up through the grades fairly quickly. New batter at the crease. Kaya Arua, right-hander. Nice stroke maker. A lot of work to be done here today, though. 25 for 3. PNG rocking. Good start again. Sully Porn really, really clever. Bowls a good pace for a leg spinner. Gets the ball through the air nicely. Not a huge turn of the ball, but attacks the stumps with LB and bowled. A little bit like Anil Kumble. Always attacking the stumps, bowling, sliding a few onto the pad. Whoa, playing a miss. Eyes lit up, and you couldn't blame the batter for having a dip at that. Sometimes when things are going against you, though, you miss out on those poor balls. Well, just dinked the third man. Again, good fielding by Thailand. They don't miss much in the field.
Well, Sutarang doing the clean-up duties there. Really nice, just little feathered touch of the bat there by Arua, but Suliporn just showing why she's been working the magic all tournament here. Wonderful over so far.
Well, the projected run score, 57. They're going to need a lot more than that. And to get there, they need to build a partnership. Sabona Jimmy's been out there since the start of the innings. Nearly 9 overs, just 11 runs to her name. They need to build some kind of partnership and build it soon. Great over. Wicket maiden in the 9th. Who would have thought it in a T20 game? Rapturous applause by her teammates, and rightly so.
25 for 3 after 9 overs completed. Thailand in a very strong position here. All to play for in this semi-final of the Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. A place in the final, but more importantly, a place on the plane to Australia. And there's Suliporn. Look at that. 1 wicket, 3 runs, 9 dots in her 2 overs. How impressive is that, Niall?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful figures. Great control. The trump card for PNG, though, Owala. She is padded up in front of us here, ready to go. It might need an injection from the big striker. Hits the ball clean. Favours the leg side, but well, we've got another change in bowling. Omnicha is going to come into the attack from the pavilion end. Another spinner.
What a wonderful start there by Anicha. Not too much pace in the ball, but almost just slid past the bat there of Sabona Jimmy.
No shortage of spin bowlers in this tournament, is there?
Well, it's not been doing a tremendous amount on the surface, but it's almost having an impact. It's been slow wickets, and we've seen what pace can do, but they're loving it out there.
Goes leg side. Gets a good bit of bat on it. Should be back for a second. Good strike. First shot in anger in a long time by Sabona Jimmy.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Be gutted not to get a boundary there. Almost just shows what the rain has done to this outfield. It's almost like a sponge. The ball's kind of sinking into it. Some of them shots may be deserving of a boundary, but a bit of aggression.
Gone! Goes leg side. Looks to go big, Sabona Jimmy. Misses it. Cleaned up by Anicha.
And look at the celebrations. They know how important of a wicket that is. Thailand 27 for 4 now, PNG. That's the big wicket. Sabona Jimmy, the half centurion in her last game. And she's going to make her way back to her 10th. 13 off 29. It was a good effort, but you can tell that run rate is just not good enough in this form of the game.
Well, Sabona Jimmy never got going today. Never got used to conditions. Tried to hit out. Unfortunately, could only play one shot too many. Went across the line. It was open area. It was a vacant area. Good captaincy. Left the area open. Enticed the big shot leg side. Clean bowl. Anicha straight into the game. Straight into the action. And Thailand a cock a hoop.
Well, that's the new batter in. Veru killer Frank. Should be open to some killer shots today, I hope. They need to get themselves out of a position here. 27 for 4.
You can do better than that.
Yeah, not my finest. I'll be admitting to that. Not my finest. Apologies.
Another lefty. Papua New Guinea. They love a left-hander. I'll tell you one thing about this. All these spinners, they get through the overs pretty quick.
Well, we've been saying that all tournament. The over rate has been pretty fast in all the games which is good for everyone at the ground. The games are processed, and sometimes now you do see in that, for example, the men's leagues slowing down a lot.
Yeah, it's a real problem around the world, especially at test match cricket level. Teams not being able to get through 90 overs. Well, it's an absolute disgrace, really. People paying vast sums of money to watch test cricket, being cheated out of some overs, but this is good from Thailand. Flighted leg side. Oh, leading edge. Well, just loops over the bowler's head, but another quality over. We're halfway through. 28 for 4.
Well, a wicket and 3 runs. Thailand making this seem simple, doing nothing complicated, hitting the right lines, causing complications for the batters, making them think. So we just see Anicha coming in here, not too much on that, and just straight down the middle, as easy as you like. And look at that, they know how important of a wicket that was. Big celebrations.
Well, wonderful celebrations. That's another thing that's been impressive this tournament. Some of the celebrations have been absolutely sensational. Sullypour and Lomi to continue. She's got 2 overs up her sleeve. Wonderful start. 1 for 3. Well respected by the new batter Frank. But something has to give here. You think someone's got to come out with a bit of intent and take a bit of a risk.
Yeah, they're going to have to turn the switch on sooner rather than later, you have to think. 28 for 4. Got 10 overs to fix this. She's got a wonderful action, Sullypour. Real natural motion. Really lovely bowler to watch.
Leg side. Good work by the keeper. Really good work through bat and pad. Would have been unsighted for a period of time. Move nicely to her right. Collected. Standard of wicket-keeping has been fantastic all tournament. Some wonderful glove work on display. Mary Waldron took a cracking catch this morning's fixture for Ireland. Playing a miss. Playing a miss. And it's all Thailand. It really is. At the moment, there's no light at the end of the tunnel here for PNG. Got some hitters on the bench waiting to come in. Got to push the panic button soon. It'll be a single to Frank, but boundaries have been so hard to come by for PNG today. Anytime they've gone for a big shot, they've lost the wicket.
Well, it's interesting to see they're not a side that's, not capable of scoring runs. They chased over 100 in that victory against Scotland and Arbroath in the tournament. It runs against all the teams, but they're being really restricted well here.
Well, sometimes you've got to give the bowling side credit. And Thailand have been excellent. They've hardly bowled a bad ball. 11 overs bowled, 29 for 4.
Well, wonderful stuff from Thailand so far in this Women's T20 World Cup qualifier. 29 for 4, 11 overs gone. Well, Sabona Jimmy has been the leading run scorer, but just 13 off 29. But look at them bowling figures. 1 for 4 for Sullypour and 1 for 3 for Anicha and Chinida. 1 for 10 from her 3 overs. Fantastic stuff from Thailand in this semi-final. Place in the final up for grabs, and also place on the plane to Australia. Niall O'Brien's left the commentary box, joined once again by Isabel Joyce.
A really impressive bowling performance so far from Thailand. They've got some support around the ground, looking a little chilly in front of the clubhouse, it has to be said, but flying their flag nonetheless. And it's Anicha who'll bowl her second over. Slashed away, and that one will get through. Sullypour gives chase, and there's that slow outfield again, and she's quick as lightning. Good return throw, and it's just 2. Still no boundaries for Papua New Guinea.
That's a good confidence stroke there. Frank just getting the first 2 in a while. They've been playing in singles. And look at that, just the one wide. They've bowled tight lines here. It's exactly what you need to do in these kind of circumstances.
Better line. Just a bit of width given the previous delivery. Frank able to get her hands through. So Anisha tightens up her line and asks questions of the batter. And again, a better line. Can't get her hands through that one, Frank, and she looks frustrated. I'm not surprised. 31 runs only from 11.4 overs. It's tough going out there. We saw this morning 85 chased down. It was in the 19th over, so you don't need a huge number of runs, but they'll need more than 31. Moves across the stumps. That's well played. But once again, unable to get it over the boundary. Oh, but she's helped by the fielder. First boundary of the innings. And what a sight for the Papua New Guineans.
Well, that's an unfortunate incident there. Did all the work, slid the ball back, and it kind of just almost put a bit of spin on it, like a tennis ball, and just glanced over the boundary rope for for 4 there. You don't see that much. That was a very interesting one.
So you see the projected score right now is 59, and they'll need more than that, Papua New Guinea. And those boundaries will help. Short, played well through the offside. That's a lovely shot. Just the one from it, Frank, but she's growing into her innings. She moves on to 10 as that over finishes. Sorry, on to 9. Anisha, 2 overs, 1 for 10. Papua New Guinea, 36 for 4.
If you see this, all the work's done there by Suliporn. Just flicks it in the air and it kind of lands over the boundary.
So Suliporn now bowling. The diminutive leg spinner bowls quite flat, just gets the ball to straighten up. What can Frank pull out of the bag? Defensive shot. That's well bowled. Left-handers usually like to sweep leg spinners, but it would be quite difficult to sweep Suliporn. She bowls so flat. Look at those figures. 1 for 4 from 3.1. Big appeal. Eloise Sheridan just adjudging the ball's going slightly down leg. And I'd have to agree with her. The angle that Suliporn's bowling at. She was very deep in her crease, Frank. And probably not a good idea to go back to that delivery, but she survives. Short again on the back foot. They do have protection on the leg side. That's what enables her to bowl so flat. She does drag it down every now and then, but it's kind of skidding on, difficult to get under, difficult to place.
No, wonderful stuff so far from Suliporn. Like you said, 1 for 5 from 3.3 overs. That's why the score's so low. Just the one wide in the Thailand bowling figures so far. Brilliant stuff.
Well, that's the one she would have been looking for, Kaya Arua. The skipper were looking to free her hands, and she doesn't manage to get any bat on that. So disappointing for her. An unusually wide ball from Suliporn as she comes nearing the end of her 4-over spell. Better length. That's where she wants to bowl it. They've adjusted to conditions well here. Thailand, their field placement, it's difficult to hit down the ground, so extra cover quite wide. Long off goes back and out. There is a fielder out in the cover boundary, but Papua New Guinea struggling to find those boundary fielders. Floated. Back to the bowler. That's good. That's good work getting back in there from Frank. There's the dive that Niall O'Brien's been looking for. He's not even here to see it. That's the end of the 13th. It's 37 for 4.
Well, just to display the energy that Thailand put in the field. Speaking to the coach beforehand, before the game when they arrived at the ground, chatting about how they primarily do scenario-based practice. They spend very, very little time in the nets during training. They believe the most important thing to do is just practice the scenarios that they're going to be under in possible match-winning scenarios. And well, you got to say, they're doing very well right now. 37 for 4 PNG in this semi-final, and a wee change of ball in here. Ratanaporn.
Yeah, I believe that was the fielder who kind of threw it over the boundary the previous over. Bowl's quite flat off spin. Kind of more looks like a seamer coming off a few paces. So possibly why she's called a medium fast bowler. Yeah, a real bonus for Thailand that they have the opportunity to do centre practice all the time. Not the easiest to get grounds free to do that type of practice, but obviously they have the facilities. Ratanaporn wide, well played. Frank takes on the fielder. Decides against it. The question's asked and the finger goes up. That's a disastrous run out for Papua New Guinea. She almost made it down to the other end and then back. Frank, disappointment for her, but Kaya Arua centre back, and she'll have to go.
Once again, poor communication in the middle between Aurora and Frank. Seen it quite a few times. Another run out in this tournament. She departs for 10 from 18 deliveries. Was beginning to look like she could hit the ball. Had that lucky 4. But Awola, the new batter at the crease for PNG. Now she can hit the ball.
Yeah, clean striker Owala. There probably won't be a run out with her at the crease. She more likes to hit it over the boundary. Won't be taking on the fielders for quick singles. And this was a close one, but in the end an easy decision because the bat wasn't grounded. Yeah, really good decision from Claire Polisak.
Well, the important thing is they're taking these chances as well, Thailand. They're not missing them. Anytime the gap opens, they're striking. Seem to be almost faultless right now. Konio Owala, big hitter. A few runs against Scotland in that chase. Getting their victory to really cement their position at second in the table. Now all to play for in this semi-final, 37 for 5.
Yeah, 2 fielders back on the leg side. Good decision from the skipper. That's their area of strength. Just put them back straight away and say, try and hit it over us. Flat, darted in. There's that medium pace. Paddington Laird turned into a spinner, but she's able to call on her previous skills when she needs it. Bowled a few no balls in the last game against Ireland. Helped get them up near that chase. They did, of course, fall 2 runs short, which meant Thailand finished top of the group and got the semi-final that was wanted. Bangladesh, of course, the strongest team in the tournament. They're through to the finals. Who will they face? Short again. Well struck from Awala. But fielders out there for just that reason. So she gets off the mark. And what can Kaya Arua do? She's still on a duck egg. 9 balls she's faced so far. Knows that she needs to bat through the skipper.
That projected score 56 right now, just over 2. The run rate got to pick up, you have to think. Oh, just strikes the pad and wides the call there by the umpire. Like Isabel was saying, a couple of kind of duff deliveries against Ireland did allow some runs to creep in. She'll be hoping she doesn't do the same here.
Well, I just wonder if there's anyone else in the squad that could be in the team ahead of Ratanaporn. She's been the weak link in the bowling lineup for me. The rest of the bowlers very, very tidy. Very few extras. Able to bowl good line and length. She's been the one that's dropped short every now and then. A few no balls and a few wides. Short and wide. She's got away with that one, Ratanaporn. She's still only gone for 2 in her over. So, success even if it's not consistent. Darted in a better line and length. Good finish to the over from her. She goes for just 2. 14 gone. She's 30. Papua New Guinea are 39 for 5. We say goodbye to Ian Leggett for now. Niall O'Brien back in the box with me. Niall, 14 overs gone. Papua New Guinea are 39 for 5. What do you think they can get to in the next 6 overs?
Well, they need another 30, I would say. 39 for 5. It's been very, very difficult. Thailand have bowled superbly well. It must be said they fielded well. PNG, a little bit stuck in the mud. Haven't got going at all.
Well, a lot rests on the shoulders of this woman, Awala, your favourite, Niall. You saw her warming up. You're excited to see her clear the ropes. She seems up for a fight.
Hit a couple into the houses. Why not? Couple into the back garden.
That's the opening bowler, Nataya Buchatham, who returns, changes ends. You got the big hitter in. She's just checking what way the wind's blowing. I like that. Really like that from Conio. Which way am I going to hit it? Which way is the wind going? Strong shot again. Down to long on. So that'll help, but it won't really hurt the tie. This is who they want on strike. Kaya Rua struggled, 0 from 12 so far. So she's faced 2 of the overs, 2 of the allotment of 20 for Papua New Guinea, and she's yet to score. Makes it through. Suliporn gives chase. And finally, off the mark, Kaya Rua with the boundary. Fantastic shot.
Worth the wait. Lovely square cut. Short of a length. Too much width on offer from Nataya. And Arua finally gets off that dreaded duck.
Big sigh of relief for Arua. What a way to do it. Straighter. Works it to leg, but a very tight mid-wicket. Definitely no single there. Natakanchantam pounces on that one.
Well, it's difficult to see how PNG are going to get this run rate up anytime soon. Thailand bowling so well. Just 2 extras. They've been on the ball every single ball.
Squirted leg side. Rather fortuitously, Kaya Rua looks to come back, but Conio, no chance.
Awala wants to strike. She's already checked the wind direction. She fancies a bit of the tie, I think. She wants to. It's a long leg side boundary, must be said. Clean striker of the ball. Saw her hit a beautiful 6 a couple of days ago. Went a long way over the rope. 6s have been hard to come by this tournament. PNG could do it a couple now, though.
Well, if there's someone who's going to do it, it's Conio Awala. Her team geeing her up from the sideline. They know what she's capable of. Floated. Gives it a whack. Goes over mid-wicket. Long on comes round. Little bit messy. But she manages to keep it to 1. So that's the 3rd shot she's played in that area. And every time it's got a little bit stronger. So she's finding her way, Conio.
Amazing, though. Awala on strike. She wants 2 when she's on strike. Didn't want to come back for a second when her partner hit it, but she was keen to scamper back for a second to get back on strike herself.
Good shot, but well fielded. Oh, not what you want as a bowler. Banging into the non-striker. Awala managed to stop herself from fully falling over. That's the end of Nataya's 3rd over. She's not for 13. PNG, a little bit of success. 6 from it. They're 46 for 5.
Yeah, 7 coming off the over. It's just a smidgen over 3 and over. This was a beautiful shot. Square the wicket. Fantastic placement. Timing was good. And even with the rain, the ball still travelling quite nicely over this beautiful outfield. Wonderful venue. Forfarshire Cricket Club. Ground staff. Must give them a mention. Done a great job. In the bowling numbers. Tipoch 2 overs for 5. Chanita, 3 overs for 1 for 10. Always accounts for a right-hander up front, it seems. Beautiful day. Weather playing its part. Strong wind, as you can see the flags in the background, but no real threat of rain and even a glimmer of sunshine.
So Rotana putting Padon glared. Comes back for a second. She was a bit of a mixed bag last over, but she wasn't expensive, so skipper turns to her again. Conio blocks. No single.
Well, Awala needs to put bat to ball here. Stick a couple over the ropes. Give PNG something to shout about, something to bowl at second innings. Because it's been all Thailand so far. Really got a chokehold over this innings. Innings never got up and running at all.
Well bowled again. Yeah, Thailand's bowling has been fantastic. If there's a weaker suit, it's their batting. So if Papua New Guinea can just get somewhere around 70 or 80, they have a chance. Bangladesh almost stuttered against Ireland earlier, chasing 85. So as we've seen all week, it's not easy to bat out here. Been really wet. So Papua New Guinea, what can they get up to? There she goes. That's the shot you were looking for, but there's a fielder under it. She couldn't quite get it. Check the wind. She hit with it, but she hasn't quite reached the boundary. So that's disappointment for Coney Owala. She was the one who we thought might have the ability to go over the ropes. She's got to go for 3.
Well, you can't blame her. Something had to give because the runs weren't coming for PNG. Thailand, a firm grip on this fixture really from ball 1. And they've done well. Awala, she has the capability. She can hit. Not to be for Awala today. Just made 3. Caught in the deep leg side boundary. Her favourite area. It was flighted. Swung away. Hit fairly well, you thought. Holding up in the wind ever so slightly. Simple catch in the deep by Wampaka. Safe pair of hands in the deep and another wicket falls.
So Kaya Rua back on strike. She's joined at the crease by Ravini Oa. Fantastic bowler, but she's got to do it with the bat now. She's got to help her skipper out. Give herself something to bowl at. Flat. There's that cut shot again. That's well played. She looks to come back for 2, and she will. Needed a better throw. So 2 more runs to the tally for Papua New Guinea, and every run really counting here. They're edging their way to the coveted 50 mark. So if they keep going like this, they'll get to 61. They'll need a few more than that. Wide again. And there's that shot. But a fuller length means she can't get her hands through it. Some support. Always good to see. Full right up in the block hole. She's coming into a spell, Padon Glaird. So she finishes her second. She's 1 for 4. Papua New Guinea 48 for 6.
Yeah, it's been tough going for PNG. Thailand have been excellent, as they've been all tournament. Led very well by their captain, Tipoch. Wonderful leader of this side. Plenty of skill and ability in the side. And they've brushed a couple of sides away this tournament, and PNG at the moment have no answers for the skillful bowlers and excellent fielders. Funny old game, cricket though. Neat.
So Ravinia, she's bowled really well for Papua New Guinea. She'll want something to bowl at. Tipoch comes back, work to the leg side, off the mark straight away, Ravini. Good smart cricket.
Yeah, very well led by the captain, Tipoch. Handy bowler herself, but a very, very good captain. Manoeuvres her bowlers and fielders very well in the field. Leads by example with the ball. Always plays with a smile on her face.
Gives herself room, slashes again, but not able to get through in the fields. And they send cover back. They recognise the area that Kairua likes to score in. So give her one if she can get in that area. Straighter, work to the leg side. No single this time. Really well read in mid-wicket. That's fantastic fielding by Natakan Chantam. Room again, goes high, and easy catch dropped. There's an unusual thing to see. A mistake in the field by Thailand, and it's the opening bowler Chanida. I think she took her eye off it, thought she already had it, and put it down.
Collector's item that. Normally so good in the field. Chanida made the ground easily. Got two hands to it. Just slipped out at the last moment. Disappointing.
With that previous shot, they went to 50, and now they'll make it to 51. Papua New Guinea. So 3.1 overs left to get as many as you can. Just get a single a ball, get another 20, and see what happens. Kairua, 8 from 22. She needs to start going at a run a ball. Work leg side again, but well read by the Thai fielders. That's more what we're used to see. End of the 17th. Papua New Guinea, 51 for 6.
Yeah, Thailand firmly on top here at Forfarshire Cricket Club. Well, this was a missed opportunity, and not often we say that about Thailand in the field. Lofted, fairly simple routine catch. Chanida, the opening bowler, had it in her hands for a large portion of time, then the ball just popping out, much to the disappointment of the bowler and fielders. The story so far, though, 17 overs, 51 for 6. Jimmy, 13 of 29 balls, never got going. All the bowlers have chipped in. They've all dominated the PNG batters on a decent surface under clear skies and a warm sun. So PNG will be disappointed with their output so far.
Well, it's been the story of the tournament so far. Bowlers on top. They've been the ones winning the Player of the Match tournament or match awards. As Buchatham comes back for her final over. Yeah, it's been all the bowlers. Bit of innovation. Wicketkeeper didn't know where to go there. It's going to be byes. They'll get a couple. This is what I like to see. She does bowl quite flat, Nataya. So not a bad option from Ravini, but a surprise to me without a helmet on.
Well, the keeper was trying to second guess the batter almost, trying to go down leg side to take a little scoop catch, which you often see keepers doing nowadays. But unfortunately for the keeper, the batter missed it as well. So keeper looked a little bit foolish.
And look what that induces. That's very loose from Nataya. Unusual from her. A wide, and they scamper through for another one. These are real bonus runs for Papua New Guinea.
I wanted to ask you is about how, presuming Thailand go through and Bangladesh are obviously already through, how do you see them faring in the World Cup proper in Australia against the heavyweights of the world, the West Indies, India, England, Australia, etc.?
Well, you got to have these experiences to get better, and no better example than this team we're looking at right now, Thailand. Played in Holland last year, didn't get to the semi-finals. They've gone away, worked hard, done all their match scenarios as we've heard about from Ian, and they've come back looking a real together unit. I do think that Thailand's batting's a worry. In Australia, really good decks. They'll get high scoring grounds. They don't spin the ball a lot, so they might find that it's a bit more difficult to bowl over in Australia than it is in sunny Scotland. Well struck. Fielder on the boundary, just the one. Good return throw. So yeah, I think they might find it a little bit more difficult to bowl over there, and their batting's a worry. So lots of work for them to do, but Bangladesh, I've been waiting for them to turn over a big nation for a few years now. They are a really good unit. Rocket arm again. And that one's close. But it's given not out by Eloise.
Well, it was close. As we've seen all tournament, lots of run-out chances and opportunities. Thailand, one of the better fielding sides. Good throw, clean pickup, bullet arm, right over the top of the stumps. Well, this is going to be very close.
Oh, I think that's out, Niall. Bat in the air, but too close to call. Very full. Oh, a chance. Yeah, bat in the air, but we got the replay. It obviously looks pretty easy for us from up here. In the split second, the batter got the benefit of the doubt again.
Just going back to your point, Bangladesh, you feel Bangladesh are ripe for taking a big scalp soon?
Yeah, I do. They obviously haven't been amazing with the bat. Well, work to the leg side. That'll be another single. Yeah, they haven't been absolutely amazing with the bat, but they do have a performance in them. Their bowling is really fantastic. We haven't seen the best of Jahanara Alam in this tournament, but she's a brilliant fast bowler, one of the best in the world. I'm surprised she hasn't got picked up in some other tournaments. She's done really well for the global team in the warm-up games for Kia Super League, and then they've got brilliant spinners. So another attempted ramp shot. Don't mind that. Nataya finishes her spell. It's been a good one. No wickets for her, but she's been miserly. 0 for 17. Papua New Guinea move on to 58 for 6. And this is the run out, Niall. I think that a dive would have been the order of the day again, but you definitely need to slide your bat. She just puts it in at the last second. A difficult one to call. Easy to call from up here, Niall.
Yeah, Bale's just broken there, you feel. No dive again. Not that I coach, but if I did coach, I'd be pulling my hair out. My batter's not diving in, not showing desperation to make the ground.
And it's Sorner and Tipoch for her line last over. She's been miserly. No wickets for her. That catch, of course, going down off her bowling last over, but she's only gone for 9 so far and her 3.1, so she's been going about her work really well.
Just talking about the Bangladesh side, I feel watching them the last 3 or 4 games now that actually playing on Australian wickets, harder wickets, a bit more pace, may suit their batters even more. They're technically sound, they get in good positions. I think they'll enjoy batting down Australia more than the slow wickets here in Scotland.
That's really good work and extra cover from Chanita. Good throw, but she needed to hit. Yeah, if you play on slow wickets, you shorten the gap between the better teams and the worst teams, especially if the underdog is a good bowling team. Just give yourselves a good chance to take a few wickets and get the nerves jangling. Ravini has a big swing. Oh, that's brilliant fielding from Thailand. Again, needed to hit. So yeah, bit of pace. They aren't the biggest Bangladesh. They're quite small, have good wrists. They move the ball, like they can hit the gaps really well. So yeah, they'll enjoy playing on those wickets, and they are fantastic bowlers. So big chance for them. They're the ones who are already on the plane, but who out of these two are we going to see?
Well, Thailand at the moment, be hard to go against Thailand. 61 for 6 PNG. They've had no answers to this skillful bowling lineup. Well led by Tipoch. It's just 7 balls left to try and muster up something.
There's that ramp shot again. You won't get much joy from it. There's a fielder there for that shot. Just gets the single to close out the 19th over. Sornarin's just gone for 12 from her 4. Papua New Guinea 62 for 6 going into the last.
Yeah, good work. Tipoch, just 3 runs per over. A job well done. Would have liked to pick up a wicket, of course, but in T20 cricket, economy rate's so important, and with just the 1 over to go, the skipper will be happy. Lost a toss. PNG won the toss, elected to have first use, presumably to try and put a total on the board of 80 or 90. Try and put the much fancied Thailand team under pressure. You don't think they've got enough of the moment, 62, unless something remarkable happens in the last 6 balls here and they bowl out of their skin, PNG.
So, bowler of the tournament so far. Suturang. She likes bowling to right-handers. Can she sneak another one through? Moves across. Clipped up. Caught it mid-on. Straight away, Suturang brought back on to take that wicket. And Papua New Guinea lose another wicket. 7 down. And it's a wrap. He'll be coming in. Ravinio running off the field. She wants to get ready to open the bowling. She's got to refocus. Her batting job is done. She's got a lot of work to do at the ball.
Yeah. Throwing bat to ball. Can't blame her. Ravinioa just mustered 5 off 10. Needed quick runs. Tried to go for the big hit. Got it fairly high in the bat. Shuffled across or low in the bat. Off the toe. And a fairly simple catch. It was a good option. Mid-on was in the ring. So plenty of space to the long on / cow corner region. But connection wasn't there. Simple catch, and unfortunately 7th wicket. New batter in, Vikiara. Let's see, she won't be on strike. Batter's cross, so she'll have to watch from the non-strikers end for a couple of balls.
Yeah, what can the skipper do? A few late runs are sorely needed. Kairua short and wide, that's what she wants. They're going to look for 2. They're coming back. And it's a good option. Well run. Vicky R has come in and done a good job there. Yeah, I think that was a good option. Go across. Try and use the usual swing that Chanita gets. It actually didn't come back in that ball. I think that's what paid for the batter on that occasion. So 4 balls to go. Straighter. Played into the leg side. Quick single. That was trouble if she'd hit, but the skipper taking on the arm and surviving.
Yeah, got to try everything at this stage. 3 balls left. Try and get to 70. See if PNG can get another 4 or 5. 1 boundary. Can they muster 1 boundary in this last over?
Well bowled. Hit too strongly to mid-wicket to take her on. That's a good decision. Bat on ball straight away for Vicky Rara, but still on a duck egg.
She's had a wonderful campaign, Chanita. 2 for 13 today. Picked up wickets every game. Always picks up at least one with a new ball, with the little induckers.
Shuffles down, plays square this time, and she'll make it home easily. That's well backed up by Thailand.
Well, ricochet off the batter. Would have been very surprised if they took a run there. Famous ricochet, obviously Ben Stokes at Lords not so long ago, helping England over the line in the World Cup final against the All Blacks, or Black Caps, New Zealand.
Moves leg side. Suturang followed her well there, and that'll just be the single to finish out the innings. So Papua New Guinea blow par total. They're 67 for 7 from their 20. Thailand, first innings job done, they'd say. It's all up to Papua New Guinea now. Can they muster a special performance with the ball?
Yeah, job well done for Thailand. Plenty of high fives and congratulations all around. They know they're only halfway through this semi-final, but the first half has been exceptional. They hardly bowled a bad ball. Couple of little mishaps in the field, misrun out and a drop catch, but generally, by and large, very, very good. Warm applause for all their teammates. As always, they bowl superbly well with the new ball. Their spinners are excellent. Very accurate. Change their pace nicely. Energetic in the field, and they'll be happy at half-time. A little bit of work for the groundsman to do. Get the wicket ready for the second innings. Papua New Guinea mustering 67 for 7 in their 20 overs. Not much to write home about. Sabona Jimmy 13, but it took her 29 balls. Kaya Rua 16 not out, 31 balls. Nobody really managing to put bat to ball. All in all, 67 for 7.
And Thailand will be very happy to see this bowling card. There were wickets smattered around, but it's the number of dots that they'll be pleased with. Sorner and Tipoch leading the way. The skipper, 13 dots. She went for just 12 on her 4. Chanita Sutarang always taking wickets, 2 for 15 from 4. So we'll take a quick look at the highlights. So you said it, Niall. She's always taking wickets up front with the new ball. Swings that one through the gap. Beautiful ball from Chanita Sutarang. She celebrates, and why shouldn't she?
Yeah, a little tickle off the legs. Past the keeper. Running away nicely. Boundaries are few and far between, though, for PNG. Nice dismissal here. Run out. Backward point, always a pivotal area in the field. Good throw, excellent work by the keeper. Had the bails off in a flash to effect a very comfortable run out.
Next to go was Ruma. Excellent bowling. Just skidded on. Played the ball too late, did Ruma. As the fielder got the run out previously. Suli Porn, she's been brilliant in every match. Devastating. And she enjoyed that one.
Well, Sabona Jimmy, fresh off a 50 last game, never got going today. Big swing leg side. Swing and a miss. You miss, I hit, says Anicha. Clean bowled.
And they finally got a 4 on the board, Papua New Guinea, because of this misfield. A wry smile from the fielder there.
Well, the boundaries started to come. This was a beautiful shot. Probably the shot of the day. Stayed leg side, got a great position. Balance was good. Watched the ball right onto the middle of the bat. Big hit leg side. Into the window. Comfortable catch in the deep. The big hitter, Owala. Well, we expected, we hoped. It didn't come to fruition today.
Oh, well, went leg side. It was a good option. The ball was just too wide. Easy catch in the end for Soraya. So that's all the highlights from us. We'll take a short break. And we'll be back very soon with the second half.
defending 67 to get yourselves in the final to play the mighty Bangladesh, and more importantly, a place at the World Cup next year in wonderful Australia. We're live from Forfarshire Cricket Club for the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Qualifiers 2019 at semi-final 2. We've already seen one cracking game this morning, Bangladesh overcoming the Irish. Well, so far Thailand have been very good. Very, very good with the ball in the field. Now it's the turn of the batters to show what they can do. PNG will have other ideas, of course. 67, though, you wouldn't think is enough, Isabel Joyce.
No, they'll have to be absolutely on the ball here, Papua New Guinea, if they're to have any chance of getting on that plane to Australia. They haven't done enough with the bat for me. It's a bit disappointing. They've had a couple of run-outs and then some really, really tight bowling from Thailand. That's kept them down to 67 for 7. These two batters, you feel, could just get on top early. They'll just squash any chances that Papua New Guinea feel they have to get one over on them.
Yeah, a good start is what's required. And Chantam is going to get first use of this pitch for Thailand. A good start, you think, will quash any hopes for PNG. But if PNG can pick up 2, maybe 3 in the power play and just get themselves back in the game, we know they'll fight for every single run. Their fielding will be exceptional. Their commitment to the cause is unquestioned. It's whether they have enough runs on the board. Right, folks, we're nearly ready to go. One of these sides is 60 minutes away from a World Cup. Sabona Jimmy. It's going to open up, open the batting, open the bowling. It's my ball. It's my game.
Yeah, good start from her. She's been on the ball all tournament. Second most wickets in the tournament, just behind that opening bowler we saw in the first innings, Suturang. She's taken 8 so far, Jimmy, and she's going to have to take a number more if Papua New Guinea are going to succeed. Well bowled again. Just changing her length slightly. So good start for Papua New Guinea. They just need to get into the game and see what can happen.
You must have opened the batting and bowling for Ireland at some stage. Woman of your talent with the bat and ball.
That's well bowled. Probably should come forward there. Usually batted in the middle order, Niall. Did open the bowling a lot in my time, but I bat 5, 6, 7. That's my kind of area.
Never got yourself up against the new rock. Hiding away from the new rock. Flighted. Playing a miss. Well, all of a sudden, that's all PNG need. A little edge here. A run out there. A bit of indecision with the bat, and all of a sudden they can get back in this game.
So lots of fielders in behind point on the offside for Jimmy. She knows this is an area of strength for Natakan Chantum. Nice to get her hands through. So not giving her any opportunity to play at 3-point. Flighted. Hit straight. Mid-off comes across. Keeps it to 1. So 1 from the over. Thailand up and running, but only the 1 run so far off 1 over.
Well, got away with that one. Big full toss, big juicy full toss. Chanta can only hit it straight to mid-off. It was a good bit of work by Tom. Feel that mid-off, dived on it, smothered it like a football goalkeeper.
Funny small totals. Sometimes you can play within yourself too much. I reckon Thailand would be well served to just go after the Papua New Guineans early on here. If they can get 10 or 12 in a couple overs, and Papua New Guinea will know that it's a tall order, but give them a bit of an edge, give them a slim kind of bit of hope. Papua New Guinea will be all over them.
Well, PNG will have everyone in Port Moresby tuned in following this match. Good evening, good afternoon in Port Moresby. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. Ravinho, good bowler. That's another good campaign, good action, tall, strong, good pace.
Yeah, a little bit more in it for the pace bowlers today. We saw earlier Jahanara Alam, best spell she's bowled. Kim Garth had a good opening spell with the new ball. Ravinho will have seen that. She'll be licking her lips. Gets a bit of movement away. She's a real contender. If you hit her for a boundary, she comes back stronger.
Full toss, leg side. Finds 45. Got away with it. Just needs to be on the money here. Attack the top of the off stump. When you've got that new ball in your hand and a wicket that is doing a little bit, not doing much, but just giving a little bit of assistance. You just got to challenge the batsman's forward defence time and time again.
That's well played down the ground. No runs for it, but that'll please Chantham. Coming forward just a little too full. Oh well. She's trying to give the ball a chance to swing, but that's just too full.
I'd rather my opening bowler too full than too short, though. Giving it a chance, bringing a bold LB, maybe a little feather through to the keeper into play. Chopped away. Straight to the fielder, backward point. Great hands. Top class. Top class, a really important position. Backward point. We've seen so many run-outs this tournament in that backward point, short third man region.
Well, you've mentioned the standard of wicket keeping and leg spin in this tournament, Niall, and I'd say you can put backward point in there with really impressive things about this tournament. Short again, but missed by Chantham, and she's just showing a few nerves. She'll want to get her team over the line. She's desperate to stay up in the high run scores. She's 6th right now, 61 runs so far for the tournament.
That's a good over. Can she close out for a maiden? Good shot. There is protection in the deep cover region. Good captaincy, must be said. Getting the right fielder in the right place, but another good over for PNG. It's a good start. Thailand, 2 for no loss.
Well, Chai Wai will be saying, can you hit the singles a bit earlier on in the over? That's 2 gone and she's yet to face a delivery. Beautiful day, of course. These two teams were delighted when they turned up to see the sun shining, and that's the story so far. In semi-final 2, the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Qualifier 2019.
Oh, I used to hate that opening the batting. Just don't get any strike early on. And then you look up, you've been out there 4 overs, you face 2 balls, and you're on naught, and you think, I've been out here 15 minutes, I'm still on a duck.
Jimmy returning. Full. She not taking on the fielder that time. Chantham. I used to hate when you'd get in and then someone would face a few maidens just like that and you feel like you have to start again.
Chopped away. Straight to point, yeah. Nothing worse really. When you're batting well and you're stroking the ball around nicely and feeling good, and then you lose strike. And then you get yourself out and you're sitting in the sheds and you're blaming your partner for stealing the strike. Flighted. Nice cover drive. Really, really nice. Beautiful boundary. Threaded the needle. Super stroke for 4.
That's the shot of the day easily for me. She's taken a while to get going, Chantham. She's had all of the strikes so far. She's taken her time to get going, 15 balls so far, but that's a beautiful shot. So if she keeps batting like that, her team won't mind that she's taking all of the strike. Chai Wai yet to hit a ball.
Yeah, good shot. Confidence booster. Get one out of the middle. Get a boundary. Get your first boundary away. Really good stroke. Shot of real class. Straighter. Fuller. Back on the money, Jimmy. Yeah, it's important to just keep building some kind of pressure. Both ends. Your bowling partner bowls a maiden or bowls a tight over. It's really important you back it up. Don't release the pressure at the other end. So, same as batting. You got to bowl in partnerships. Got a low total to defend.
Flighted. Oh, it's beautifully bowled. They thought they were in the game there, Papua New Guinea. I thought so too. Thought there might have been an edge. But Chantham survives. And here we are again, 5th ball, the over. It's been the story so far. A single comes. Will it be again? Shorter. Just
Close.
about.
Slightly high, I think. A little bit too high. Maybe a little feather. Well, good overall the same for Thailand. They got a nice boundary. 3 overs bowled. 6 for no loss. You mentioned about a small run chase. I want to quiz you on that really. Yeah, how would you have gone about under your tutelage, I suppose, as captain. When you had a small total, how would you have addressed your team? Go out and win this game in the power play, or bat deep, or what would be the mentality?
Well, I'd have said play shots like that one we've just seen on screen. Beautiful drive. Play your natural game. You have your openers up there because they're good at batting in the power play when the field is up. I think this was a feather. She's hit that onto her pad. Jimmy knew it, and that's why she's not looking with real incredulity there at Eloise Sheridan, the umpire. But yeah, I'd have said, in my time when I was captain, Claire Shillington, she opens the batting. You can't change the way she bats. She goes after it, so you didn't need to tell her.
You'll have to explain that long word. Don't use fancy words around me. I'm not a studious one like yourself. I don't have this lovely degree of university and this wonderful vocab. You use a very long word there, Izzy. I didn't know what it meant.
Can't even remember what it was, Niall. Fuller across the line, asked the question, going down. It's good. This is good work from Oa. She usually swings it away. That one holding its line, possibly helping Chai Wai, who's finally getting some strike. I said incredulity. Couldn't believe it.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. Why couldn't you say couldn't believe it?
You need to change it up at times, Niall. Irvini just gone for one so far on 8 balls. Good length. That's the length that she's been operating on. That's been working so well previously. Got a few edges in previous games, Ravini. Tall bowler. But she thought she had one earlier on this over.
Sliding down for me. Yeah. Clearly going down leg side. Not much going for it there. You can see off and middle stump. Tighter. Chopped away again in that backward point region. Nothing getting past backward point all tournament. Better off trying to hit cover, hit extra cover. A lot of players on all sides trying to chop the ball back past backward point, and generally there's one, sometimes two, and sometimes even 3 fielders in that region.
Full driven, that's what you wanted, Niall. Conio coming around to keep it to 1, but a good strong shot down the ground. And Chai Wai finally off the mark.
Yeah, nice shot. Just lift the confidence. Nice stroke. Good bit of fielding by Owala. Really good. Diving stop to her left, just keeping it to a single. Could easily have slipped past and potentially gone for a boundary. So another good over here. Close it out. Close out the 4th over. Inside edge. Nothing doing. Another good over for PNG. Well, we said they're under par at the bat, but the bowlers are fighting hard. 4 overs bowled, 7 for no loss.
Something else we said was Thailand are a bowling team, so they're a less comfortable element batting. Brilliant fielding team. Fantastic bowlers, batting a little bit lacking. So these two looking nervous in the middle. They've gone 7 runs from 24 balls. Run rate creeping up. They need 3.75 and over, 16 left. Just the 7 runs on the board for those two, Narimal Chai Wai and Natakan Chantam. Chantam brilliant with the ball earlier. She's got to back it up with the bat.
We're going to have a change of bowling from the Nursery Road end. We've got the off spinner, Owala, who, well, my co-commentator gives it a bit of flight.
Well, she likes when the ball's flighted herself, but she also knows how valuable it can be. So giving it a chance, got long on and square leg out. Air straight away. Flirting with the wide line outside off.
Well, this is going to be very tempting for the batter. And immediately, Chai Wai says, umpire, change of guard. I want off stump. So getting across the off stump, looking to hit leg side. Got long on and a deep square. Acres of room between deep square and long on for a slog sweep if she chooses to go that way.
Bit shorter, swatted away, and this time it does get through. Wonderful shot by Chai Wai. That gap between point and backward point perfectly bisected.
Yeah, good shot. Really good shot. Poor ball, must be said. Short, wide, nothing really behind the ball, just lobbed on a length. Gave Chai Wai plenty of time. Look at this. Rocks back. Bang! Out of the middle of the bat. No sweeper. We're in the power play, of course. You can only have 2 fielders outside the ring. Lovely boundary.
Short again. Decides to leave it this time, Chai Wai.
Well, I think she thought it might be a wide. Moala flirting with danger here. No sweeper on the offside. Cannot give room. Must stay straight to the stumps.
Well, that one's straighter and flatter. Long on comes in. Yeah, surprising line and length she's gone for earlier in her over, Oala. Nice bit of flight. That's better. That's much better from Konio Oala. That's what I was expecting all over. She's got the field set for that. If they want to score a boundary from that floated straighter delivery, they've got to go leg side. If they go in the air, they're flirting with danger. Short and wide again, but this time tidied up in the field. Her fielders doing their job well. Oala, not the best over, but she's only gone for 6. Not a disaster for Papua New Guinea. With Thailand moving on after 5 overs, they're 13 for naught.
Well, slightly disappointing over. You say only 6. Very, very happy Thailand bench. Couple of players padded up. My favourite, Nana Pat. She'll come in soon. Very strong squad. Playing good cricket. Full of confidence. Be backing themselves to chase this 68 to win. And get themselves to the final. And get themselves to Australia. Bit of work to be done still. PNG fighting hard, as you would expect from this competitive lineup. 13 off 5 overs, so a run rate fairly sluggish at the moment, but 10 wickets in hand. So plenty of time and wickets to catch up.
So a first go from Mary Tom, and she's on the money straight away. Slingy action, gets the ball to skid through. Not a lot for Chantum to get her hands through there, but if she does stray in line, she'll pounce on that, no doubt. A bit of extra pace.
Short ball, pulled away leg side, straight to the fielder. Underarm throw and an overarm bullet was required. Half a chance that for PNG. Only half a chance, but it was pulled very firmly. It was a good pickup at square leg. And a bullet throw over the top may have accounted for Chai Wai.
A backward of point. Change in tactics for Thailand. They've decided to go for tap and run. I think that's a good option for them. Sometimes when you score a boundary every 6 balls, you don't feel like you're doing as well as if you get 4 singles in 6 balls. Just keep getting down the other end. Keep ticking over. Get the bowler's best balls to go for a single and then go on the charge.
Well bowled. Well, with that mindset, PNG needs to adapt. If Thailand are going to drop and run and look to rotate strike, PNG need to realise that, switch on and get closer. Stop the single and force the Thailand batters to hit through the line, hit through the fielders and maybe create an opportunity for a catch in the air.
Straight played mid-wicket, and there's that opportunity missed with mid-wicket. Too deep for me. There's a single all day. Zervinio, she's right on the ring. She hasn't recognised that the Thailand players are dropping and running. You can kind of see it from the way they're setting up. They're dropping their hands. They just want to get to the other end.
Yeah, it comes with experience. Game situation, game scenario, match awareness, call it what you like. Tuck leg side. Beats. Backward square. It's going to go away for another boundary. All of a sudden, bit of a momentum shifter. Power play is done and dusted. Thailand marching on. 20 for no loss.
Well, Naramal Chaiwai, she's saying, why didn't you get me on strike earlier? 11 from 11. She's going to run a ball. She's the only one today who's been able to do that. As soon as she was on strike, she looked comfortable. That's the story so far. It was all Thailand in the first innings. Really good bowling and fielding from them. Chanida again in the wickets. She's been fantastic this tournament. 12 so far in the whole tournament for her. Really well backed up by the other bowlers.
Yeah, it's been one-way traffic. All that's gone well for PNG so far today is winning the toss, deciding to have a bat first. Sluggishly getting to 67 for 7. Thailand, credit where it's due, are excellent with the ball. They've been good with the bat so far. Natasha Ambo, good action, decent pace. Got a ball from the nursery road end. Normally stands the seam up nice and straight. Can get a little bit of shape. Full swatted. Oh, swatted well. Really good stroke, good placement. Good use of the wrist at the last minute. Just opens the wrist and flicks it back. Backward point for another boundary.
Natakan Chantum getting in on the action. She likes to play in that area. She's been slow. She's only at 50% strike rate, but she's coming back strong. Was very slow at the start. Of course, Papua New Guinea were 20 for 2 after 6. It's the same score as Thailand were after their power play, but they've lost no wickets. Strongly through the covers. There is a fielder out there, so it'll just be one. I just feel like Thailand's nerves are easing here.
Yeah, it's a good partnership now. Worth 25. Hasn't been overly quick, but it's been calculated. 38 balls taken. Had a look early. Now they're starting to put the foot down. 10 wickets in hand. 43 to win. Pulled away. Pulled away leg side just for a single. Just accumulating nicely now. Thailand. Well, Chaiwai's played well. 12 at a run of ball. Chantum's done well. 14 from 27. You just feel that the sting has been taken out of this PNG side. They wanted early wickets. They needed early wickets. They haven't got them.
Short again. Well, they were dropping and running previously, but a few extra runs and Thailand are pulling back on the risks. You can understand why.
Well, when you've got a team down, keep them down. Foot in the throat. Advances. Hits through the line but finds the fielder. When you've got a team down, keep them down. Don't let them back in the game. You're half an hour away from a World Cup.
Full, great hands. That's gone through the field. That's a beautiful stroke. She's been strong there all day. Chantum, she got off the mark with a lovely 4 through covers, and she's done it again. That's the end of the over. You asked them to put the foot in the throat, Niall, and they've done that. They moved to 30 for naught.
Yeah, disappointing start by Natasha Ambo. 10 off her first over. Too much width on offer to these two classy bats. It's like taking candy from a baby now, as Thailand are cruising towards a date with destiny. And I'm destined for the next 4 or 5 overs to have a Scottish voice alongside me. Ian, good afternoon.
Maybe a Scottish voice, but not the most Scottish of accents. It's good to be here, and well, let's just remember, Thailand cricket, the women's team only made their debut in 2007. Like you said, half an hour away from a place in the Women's T20 World Cup. Incredible, just incredible.
Change of bowling. Left arm wrist spin. Well, the Thailand women's team is their journey, let's call it a journey, a sojourn, is taking quite a similar roadmap to Afghanistan, men's side. Similar path. Afghanistan playing a test match today in Bangladesh and having a wonderful outing. Ramat Shah scoring a century for Afghanistan today in their test match in Bangladesh. But I think Thailand, if you offer them to be in a position in, say, 10 years as quickly as Afghanistan have got to their position, they'll snap your hand off.
All about the growth of the game. Full toss and got the wicket there. Harua, well, that's at least something here for PNG. 31 for 1 now. They've got the crucial wicket of Chantham.
Well, left arm wrist spin. It might bowl you some bad balls, but generally picks up wickets. Flighted delivery. I think Chantham was in two minds, really, whether to go big or just stroke it for a single. In the end, did neither. May have taken an under edge onto the stumps, but it's a breakthrough Papua New Guinea were desperate for. Is it too little, too late? Well, time will tell. Let's have a look at this. Flighted on the sweep. Just misses a full toss, really. Joyous celebration.
She was the danger woman. 2 absolutely stunning cover drives. Said one of the shots of the day, one of the shots of the tournament, that first cover drive. Wonderful to see. My opinion, one of the best shots in cricket as well, when it's delivered correctly.
The cover drive. You like a cover drive, do you?
Absolutely. What's not to like about it?
What was your shot of expertise then?
Oh,
The edge to the keeper.
oh, just a lofted drive to being caught at mid-wicket probably.
Right, enough about us. Nanapat. Short ball. Tuck to the leg side. Another fine cricketer for Thailand. Good keeper. Nice bat. Talented cricketer. Flighted. Full toss. Smash down the long on. That's what you get with left arm wrist spinners in particular. You do get a few bad balls, but you get some really wicket taking delivery. And sometimes wrist spinners, well, they get wickets with sometimes fairly average balls. They'll need a couple more here, PNG. Cut away. There is protection. It should only be 1. Well, all in all, it's a good over. Eventful over. Taking a wicket. 8 overs both. 33 for 1. You would think at halfway we thought PNG didn't have enough runs, and it's proving probably to be so. Thailand impressive. Presuming Thailand get over the line. We'll have a look at a couple of the boundaries so far. That was a great shot. High elbow. Hit through the line. The placement was wonderful. Ball racing away over this lush outfield here in Forfarshire. Short of a length, this one. Cut away through the offside. Placement again. Absolutely pivotal. All well and good hitting the ball hard, but if you hit it straight to fielder, you get no value. Clip leg side. And the ball again racing away. Slightly shorter boundary that side, so not as much work for it to do.
Well, so impressed about the way that Thailand have gone about this run chase. You know, the pressure is on this semi-final situation, a place at the World Cup, but they've just been very smart about it.
There should just be 1. I mentioned Thailand presuming, and we are presuming they get over the line here. 34 runs required, plenty of balls left. Do you see them posing much of a threat to Bangladesh in the final?
It's the matchup I've actually been most excited for and was hoping to see it in the semi-final. So that's just gonna be restricted to just a dot ball there. Yeah, I was really looking forward, you know, going into the tournament and looking at the way that the semi-finals could work out. It looked as if Thailand were going to meet Bangladesh if Ireland were going to top the group. 2 really ferocious teams in the field. I think they will pose a threat just because of the dynamism that they play with when they're fielding. Because you know they're a constant threat. We saw in PNG the ability just not to get going as a batting side, and Bangladesh, as we've noted throughout the tournament and has been noted, not the strongest, and are prone to a couple of weaknesses when they're put under pressure, and that's exactly what Thailand do. They're just relentless, and it will be a fantastic game if they get to the final.
Well, still a bit of work to be done. 35 still required. Flighted outside the off. Another dot ball. This is good. Really good. Getting a squeeze. They need a couple of wickets. There's going to come a time where the captain's going to have to roll the dice for PNG. Try and pick up a wicket or 2. They're not going to be able to restrict Thailand without taking some wickets. A few running repairs to the stumps. The square leg umpire. Big ball. Close out the over. Short. Pull leg side. Should just be 1. Slight misfield. Not looking for 2. So Another good over bowl for PNG. 9 overs gone, 35 for 1. PNG, first look at this kind of at the big time really. They've progressed nicely. If they are to falter here, they can be pretty proud of their efforts.
They're really nice, and much like the men's side, that's grown so much over recent years. I mean, you know, was it Cricket PNG were founded in the 70s, and they've had this lovely rise. The women's side very similar to Thailand. The debut game in 2006. It was versus Japan, and that was to get a place in the 2008 World Cup qualifier. That's just played off the hip nicely, but just a dot ball there, and it's the same as Thailand. What this game signifies, and I think it's such an important game in women's cricket. You know, both teams have taken the journey all the way up the ladders, and you know, one team is going to get a place at a World Cup. It's huge.
Yeah, certainly is huge. Dinked offside for a single. Yeah, wonderful prize at stake. And a moment playing your first World Cup that you'll never forget. You'll have memories that will last an absolute lifetime. Gracing some of the biggest venues in the world. Wonderful place to play cricket, Australia. Wonderful people. Flighted again, tuck leg side. Good cricket. Chance to play in some wonderful grounds. Historic grounds that these players would only have seen on TVs. And the chance to share a field with some of the greats of the modern game. Yeah, thinking of Elise Perry, Healy, wonderful keeper for Australia. Some wonderful women's cricketers out there at the moment.
That's a strong shot, just advancing down the wicket and just pushing that on a long on. Really nice, smart batting here from Thailand. Well, Women's T20 World Cup promises to be the biggest and best ever. Hoping to fill the MCG for the final. Get the largest sporting crowd for a women's sporting event. You know, it's a 100,000 seater stadium. That's the aim. You know, fill that up. What an amazing sight that would be, and what a boost for not just women's cricket but women's sport as well.
Pulled away. Just be another single. Another tidy over by Arua. 10 overs bowled. 39 for 1. Well, what I'm looking forward to so much for this World Cup, Women's World Cup, is the quokka. Who the quokka is going to predict to win. Have you seen the quokka?
I have seen these social media videos, and it's interesting actually, and a couple odd choices as well. A few of them correct.
Well,
so
the quokka knows everything.
I want to see the quacker with a selection of all 10 teams and see, you know, who wins. And I can't wait to see who they pick. You know, it could be anyone. It might not be Australia or England. It could be, you know, whoever goes through here.
Well, my good friend Max Abbott, he'll be watching in Melbourne. He's getting the tournament ready. He'll be watching. Bit of whiff. Yeah, the quokka, an addition. I thought it might have been Skippy. Oh, Skippy the bush kangaroo. He could have hopped to whichever side he wanted to win or thought would win. Anyway, enough of this chit chat. The sunshine's gone to my head. 39 for 1. In the air. It's going to drop safe. They want to, they won't get to. This game is just drifting along. And if it drifts for any longer, Thailand are going to romp home. PNG need to do something. The captain needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Well, 28 needed now. Still got 9 a bit of overs to go. Difficult for PNG now. It's not going to get any easier with deliveries like that. Just a big full toss there, floated in. Got lucky. Partnership starting to build once again for Thailand. Lost Chantham, and well, now seems like Chawai has taken up the reins of leadership at the wicket.
Good batting, clever, really clever. Target just 68. They're cruising here, Thailand. The players on the sidelines here are on the edge of their seats. They're anticipating a win. Keep an eye out for some rapturous celebrations. The moment they knock these runs off. Short ball. Cut away again, straight to the fielder. It's an area that all these sides can improve upon. When you get a bad ball on a difficult wicket, you've got to put it in the gap. Tossed up in the gap. They want two. The call is two. Not going to get it. Wonderful throw. Wonderful return in. Right over the bails. Good over though from Mara. Just a couple off it. She's bowled well. 2 overs, 0 for 5. But 42 for 1. And Ian, from your history and understanding of the women's game and watching a lot of women's cricket around the globe, let's look a little bit further afield from this tournament. Where do you see the next generation, the next team, the next Thailand, the next Papua New Guinea? Who should we look out for?
Who knows? There's so many emerging nations. You know, you've got the likes of all these Asian countries like Japan and China are now playing cricket, and you know, we chatted about the rise of these kind of sports that are really popular in the West. You know, suddenly, you know, who knows what China can do? But also, you know, you've got the likes of Papua New Guinea playing cricket. Look out for Samoa. Look out for Fiji. It's the same kind of players, the same kind of attitude. See Chawai there, 19 from 23. Fantastic innings so far, leading from the front. All to play for now for Thailand.
Change of bowling. Awala back in from the pavilion end. Wide again, flighted, too much width.
But one of the stories of the summer for myself was out in La Manga at the the Europe finals, when Netherlands booked themselves a place to come here, and we saw Germany, the German women's team, playing in their first ever qualifying tournament.
Yes, German cricket's on the up. Narrowly missed out on a place at the men's World Cup qualifiers in October in Dubai and Abu Dhabi next month. They were so close, absolute smidgen away.
Yeah, I was at the game and was fortunate enough to commentate on it. A wonderful shot there. Again, just a nice little nudge down the ground. They're going to pick up another run. Smart batting once again here from Thailand. But yes, it was quite an occasion, that, and also, you know, to relate it back to this tournament, German head coach was Stephen Knox, also head coach of the Scotland women's side, who have, you know, disappointing performance at the qualifiers this year.
Full toss down leg side on the sweep. Sweeps it well. Well, there's roars from the sideline for 2, but it's only going to be a single. It's good work by the fielding side.
No need to rush this. They've still got the overs here. Maybe just a little eager to possibly have that sprint on the field and that celebration champagne moment, but can realise and understand why they're excited in the situation they're in, but just take your time in this situation.
Oh, I don't know. I think I would have been trying to hit a few into the stands. Get the win. Get over the line. Get off and celebrate. But you're right. Plenty of time for Thailand. Awala been expensive today. Tossed up. Yeah, good batting. Clever batting. Good cricket. Call what you like. Cricket awareness, cricket smarts, 1%ers. The old cliche, but it's good batting. 46 for 1. They only need 2.75 per over to win.
Well, this has been wonderful stuff from Thailand, not just today, but all tournament. They came in to the competition, ranked among the favourites alongside Bangladesh. So we see this 46 for 1. Chawai leading from the front, 21 for 26 deliveries, and Chanton, wonderful stuff. 18 from 31 deliveries. They started slowly, sitting on 7 for no loss after 4 overs. And the decisions being made by the PNG team there. It'll be Kaya Mawa just thinking of how to make a breakthrough here. Papua New Guinea got a strike.
All right, Sabona Jimmy, they're very talented. Opens the batting, opens the bowling. Bowled 2 overs, 0 for 5. Very talented cricketer. Our captain needs a wicket here. Papua New Guinea need to buy a wicket. Maybe bring a fielder or 2 in. Try and create a little bit of pressure, because at the moment Thailand are cruising. That's too easy for me. You only got 67 on the board. Your opponents are 47 for 1. You might as well lose with 5 overs to go as opposed to 2 overs to go. There's no point keeping fielders on the edge of the boundary and just allowing singles. They need wickets here, PNG. They need something special. Is Sabona Jimmy the bowler to do it for PNG? Leg side, good sweep. Really good shot. Good connection. Should get 2. Beautiful shot. Good execution. A lot of rain yesterday. Outfield slightly slow. So ball not running away as the batters would like. That was a good shot, good execution, down on one knee.
Talk about creating moments. This is when one of the PNG players need to create a bit of magic. Put your team back in with a chance.
Sweeps again, excellent. Very, very profitable shot this tournament for many a batter. Good connection, you can get good power. She got herself in a really good position there. Down on one knee, her eyes nice and level, head still, connection was good. Watch the ball right onto the middle of the bat. Milks it. Just milking the bowling. This is superb. Great to see a new side coming through the ranks, playing with such cricket smarts, not letting the occasion get to them. Got themselves in a winning position. They're staying calm. 16 to win.
Well, this is just good cricket all round. A little misfield there and a fumble, but well backed up. Yeah, it's just smart cricket, and it's exactly what you need in this situation. As you were saying, Niall, not falling under the pressure, not faulting. Thailand have had a wonderful rise after failing to qualify. All of a sudden, they've built up this side and on the verge of a World Cup.
Yeah, that's not to lay blame at PNG, because PNG have been fantastic all tournament. Another over bowl, 13 gone, 53 for 1. Partnership was good. Yeah, it's not to take anything away from PNG. PNG have been very good. Thailand have just been that little bit better, a little bit more experienced. Here's a summary. Semi-final 2, Bangladesh earlier on toppling Ireland. Ireland are out. Today, Papua New Guinea winning the toss, said we'll have a bat first, 67 for 7. Janita, superb as always. Said that every game, 2 for 15. And they're cruising, 53 for 1. Doing it with ease. A couple of really classy bats at the crease. The end is in sight. Been treated some wonderful cricket today. Good support. Arua to continue. Left arm wrist spin. Well, this is better. A few extra players in the ring, trying to create a bit of panic in the Thailand batting lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if a sweep is on the way here from Nana Pat. Keepers love a sweep. Clubbed. Should just be one down to long on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to, well, both the games really on Saturday, especially the final, of course. I've been so impressed with Bangladesh. I think they're a wonderful side.
Not sure if you've been in a situation in a tournament like this when maybe you've got what you wanted, earned a place in the final. So that swept really nicely. Just a run away to the boundary. Just another run to the scoreboard for Thailand as they edge ever closer to that total. But for example, when you've earned the qualification, what's the mentality in the fight like going into a game like that?
Well, come back to it after this ball. Down the wicket. Well, yes, it's an interesting one really. You've already qualified for the World Cup, but there's no ranking points that may be available. I didn't lose many finals with Ireland, thankfully. We won most of the finals we got to, but we always had a good rivalry with Scotland down the wicket and Afghanistan. And generally, our finals are played against Scotland and Afghanistan, and we never wanted to lose to those sides, so it was always personal pride, chance to win a trophy. Those are the moments you remember as a player. Winning trophies, winning tournaments. Whiff, dropped. Well, it was hit firmly, but a fairly routine catch straight back to the bowler, put down.
That partnership, 26, 39 balls. Exactly what you want. A scenario like this, chasing down a total, fairly low total. They've put themselves firmly in a winning position here, and not only a place in the final, but a women's T20 World Cup in Australia in 2020.
That'll be you tomorrow, climbing those hills. 6 overs remaining, 57 for 1. One-way traffic here this afternoon in Forfarshire Cricket Club. We've been looked after superbly well all week, it must be said. Everybody's worked very hard. Our cameramen have brought you some wonderful sights Ground staff have worked incredibly hard. We've hardly lost an over. Got every game in pretty much, which is a good sign. Changing the combox. Ian's out. Izzy's back in.
Yeah, thanks, Niall. Well, what can Vicky Ara do? Can she nab herself a wicket? It's well bowled. Straight back. Bowled in a lot of games where the game is gone. Seemed to be the person the captain would throw the ball to. And you just want to try and go for as few as possible.
So what are you trying to do? You know the game is gone. You're trying to bowl it tight over, or you're trying to burgle yourself a cheeky wicket, a cheap one at the death.
Full. Going back to the sweep throw out. Chance of the bowler's end for a run out, but the throw wasn't good enough. Usually I'd be trying to go for no runs. I don't want to be the bowler bowling the last over. That's usually how I went. It's like someone else can bowl that ball that's going to go for the last runs.
It's like the tail ender. Like the tail ender not wanting to be the last person out. I thought you would have tried to just pick up a cheeky wicket. Maybe try and buy one and long hop and caught deep square.
Well, there aren't too many times in my career I tried to bowl a long hop, but I'm sure there were occasions when I did it by mistake. Down the wicket. Good shot. Fielder is out. They've grown into this game, Thailand. Few nerves early on batting. They were slow to start, but once you see people moving their feet on a slow deck, you know that they're confident.
Yeah, they've played well. Very, very well. Commanding, dominating. Flighted again. Hit down the ground. Beats mid-on. Trickling away. Shouldn't get there. Couple of runs. The end is nigh for PNG. Nearing the end here. Thailand have been superb. Just putting the finishing touches on a dominant semi-final display. Not often you see a semi-final so one-sided. We've had normally nervy affairs, semi-finals. Ebbs and flows, both sides a bit nervy, but Thailand have been dominant from ball one today.
Yeah, they've been impressive. The only time they looked like they wobbled a little bit was in the first 6 overs. They were slow, but the key was they didn't lose any wickets. So they were on the same score as PNG after 6, but Papua New Guinea had lost 2 of their main batters, and that was where they lost the game. Lost the top 4 for barely any runs, and that's where they get most of their runs from. Change of bowling, Ravini Oa to return.
Oh,
Hopeful appeal.
Yeah, inside edge onto the pad. Yeah, good call really. Power play. PNG 20 for 2. Thailand were 20 for no loss, so obviously run same, but 2 wickets, 2 crucial wickets as you mentioned. And the players just grown in stature. When you've got wickets in hand, you can just play with so much freedom, especially chasing a low total. Even if Thailand were batting first here, they're in a good position to get maybe 85-90.
Well, I think if Thailand, as they scamper through for a single, if they'd been at 20 for naught after 6 batting first, they might have panicked. So, pity for Papua New Guinea that they did decide to bat first. Because if Thailand had been 20 for naught, you might have seen a few rash shots, a few poor calls, but they know what they need to get to, and it's just not high enough.
Would you have thought of batting first was the wrong choice, or is just how they executed?
No, I think it's the right choice. It's more how they executed. It's easy to say in hindsight, Niall, but bowling is their stronger suit. Papua New Guinea, they like Thailand, they are top heavy in the batting, so if they do lose a few wickets, nerves set into the lower order and they weren't able to dig themselves out of that hole.
Full and straight, manipulated leg side for another single. That's what Thailand have done very well. Very few dot balls. They've managed to scamper a lot of singles. They've put the bad ball away, as you have to do, but they've turned a lot of decent balls into singles, and on wickets like we've had here that have been good, not fantastic for batting on a slowish outfield, you've got to rotate the strike.
Full, swept away, fine leg comes round, run out chance, but the throw is not good enough. So frustration for Ravini. She's been good, only gone for 5, and she's almost finished her 3rd. I'm surprised she's not brought her field in a little bit here. Nothing to lose. Why not try and jag a wicket?
Yeah, the bowling's been good for PNG. You can't question the bowling or the attitude or the effort in the field. Just the batting has let him down today. Ravini, full and straight, in the air. Should be out. Is out! Second attempt by Frank. Pops it up. Gets it at the second grab. Too little, too late. But a wicket all the same for Ravini.
Yeah, disappointing for Chai Wai. She's batted fantastically. Didn't face a delivery for the first 2 overs, but when she did get on strike, she was going at a run of ball. She's been the linchpin in this Thailand setup. She'll be disappointed she didn't see it through to the end, but she's done the job. She's almost seen Thailand over the line.
Yeah, wonderful innings. 32 for Chai Wai, and gets a really good rapture by her teammates on the edge of the boundary. Warm applause, and rightly so. Unfortunately for her, she just couldn't see the game over the line. Difficult stroke. All tournament we've seen this, hitting from a standing base, trying to hit over the offside, proving difficult on a slow wicket. Disappointment for the batter. You always like being there at the end and getting a little red mark, the little coveted red ink beside your name. It's always nice for the average.
Yeah, no chance I'm going over the infield there now. Do it in singles. That's what I do. I want to be walking off, shaking the hands, see my team through. But it's Nataya Buchatam, fantastic all-rounder for Thailand. She's a nice player for the others to see going in. Really experienced, always a top-order batter and bowler. Takes on the responsibility for her team. So Ravini does take a wicket in her third over. We go into the 17th. Thailand are 64 for 2. They just need a further 4 runs.
Yep, the end is nigh, but nice for Ravini to pick up a wicket. You would feel should get in nice and close, try and pick up another wicket or 2. They've been excellent, Papua New Guinea. A real pleasure to watch this tournament. They've brought a real colour, a real exuberance, a real skill set. Been excellent. Fantastic addition to this tournament. Played with great heart. Flighted. Chipped in the air. Yeah, they've been a really good addition. Been a pleasure to watch them do their thing in this tournament so far. They're not going to make the final. They're not going to make the World Cup, but a credit to the nation.
Really good bowling change by the skipper. Ara bowling to the left-hander. Just getting a little bit of turn, and Buchatam, despite all of her experience, just feeling for the ball, pushing out. Looks like she might just chip it up into the air. If I'm mid-off, I'm taking a few steps in. I'm taking a catch.
Well, if I'm short third, I'm going to wander into that slip position. Even if the captain doesn't want me, I'm just going to slide into slip to try and get myself a catch.
Well, ball flatter. And that's that fielder out in the boundary. Bring her in. Don't let them just tap it through. Make them go over. I'm really enjoying listening to Thailand here. They know that the game's almost in the bag, and they're laughing and cheering on every single run. And why not? They're almost on that plane.
Yeah, great feeling when you know you're about to win. In the air. Safe again. Okay, so I stuck Ian on the ball earlier on, asking Bangladesh, Thailand, the final. Who's going to win it?
Top edge. It falls safe. A wild throw, but it's a single. Well, I don't think you can look past Bangladesh. They've actually not played at their best, but they've managed to get over the line in every game. Thailand have been wonderful, but I just don't think they have it in the batting. Bangladesh bowl with real control. And they're the best bowling team in the tournament. Thailand just behind them in my view. They are a brilliant fielding team, Thailand, but I think Bangladesh have a long enough batting lineup that they'll get over the line.
2 to win for Thailand. Flighted. Respect shown by Nataya. 17 overs bowled. 66 for 2. We're live from 4 for Sure Cricket Club. We've been here all week. Been spoilt, it must be said. Hospitality has been excellent. Papua New Guinea mustering 67 for 7 in their 20 overs. It was always going to be 20 too light, maybe even 25 too light. Thailand have gone about their business in a very professional manner. They've reached 66 for 2. They need 2 to win from 3 overs to secure themselves a place in the final to play against the talented and much fancied Bangladesh Tigers. But more importantly, get themselves on a big plane to Australia.
Well, I reckon if Papua New Guinea had got to 80, we could have had a game on our hands. It's been difficult the last few overs. Papua New Guinea have bowled well, even though they've got the fielders out. Thailand have just been inching towards that total. With the dismissal of Chaiwai, they've been slow. And here's Oa for her final over. Good again, strong shot. Really could pick up an extra cover. That's as nonchalant as it comes.
Oh, fantastic. Ruma, an extra cover, excellent fielding. Very athletic team, very energetic. Well, Thailand in front of us here, they're ready to erupt. Ready to roar. Full ball, goes leg side. Should be 1. Oh, they're going to have to hang on for an extra moment or 2 before these celebrations. And these celebrations are going to be absolutely fabulous. There's a good crowd in supporting Thailand. The crowd are just, the players are waiting to sprint onto the pitch. Head in hand, some of them can't even watch. There'll be a tear shed. Make no mistake about it. Your first ever World Cup. Amazing feeling.
How fitting it's Nataya Buchatam, engine room of the Thai bowling and batting lineup. She'll be champing at the bit to get her team over the line. Oa. Full played through to the leg side. They come through for a single. It's a fumble, and that's it. That's it. That's the win. Thailand have done it. They're on the plane. They can hardly believe it. What a team. What a performance. Heartbreak for Papua New Guinea. They've lost at the last hurdle again, but it's Thailand who've been on the charge all tournament, and they've got through.
Well, this is why we play cricket and watch cricket and love cricket. It's for scenes like this. Thailand, their progression over the last 10 years, absolutely stunning. They've been brilliant all tournament. Today, on the big occasion when they've needed to step up, they've done it with absolute aplomb. A fantastic performance. One-sided semi-final as you'll ever see. Great scenes, hugs. There'll be tears. There'll be high fives. They've not just got to the final against Bangladesh. They're going to Australia to play in their first ever World Cup. They've done themselves proud. They've done their country proud. Everyone back home will be tuning in and watching on. This has been fantastic. Respect shown to the umpires. Lovely to see. Hugs aplenty. Oh, this is fantastic. Fantastic. They'll go again, of course, on Saturday in the final, but for now, they can enjoy this moment. It's a precious moment when you get to your first ever World Cup. Nice to see PNG, who themselves have been wonderful. A credit to their country, a credit to the team and their captain and coach. They've played a good, hard, fair game. They'll come again, PNG. They'll be better for this experience. But for now, it's all about Thailand. It's all about Tipoch and her side. Watch and enjoy these celebrations. The ritual after every win, showing their gratitude and support to the crowd. Fabulous, fabulous scenes here in Forfarshire Cricket Club. You're going to the World Cup, Thailand. You're going to play against the best. There's a couple of tears, and understandably so. This is a moment that these cricketers will never, ever forget. And personally, absolute pleasure to be here to commentate, witness, watch them go through their work. Well led by their coach. Well led by their support staff. The captain is fantastic. Tipoch, it must be said. Absolutely stunning captain. A team full of ability, full of skill, full of class, and full of understanding how to chase down a score in a pressure situation. these are lovely scenes. It's a big job to get to a World Cup. It's not just this week's cricket. This has been 3, 4, 5 years in the planning, in the making. Lots of blood, sweat and tears. A couple of players aren't here, of course. A couple of injuries. Well, let's bring you some of the highlights from this run chase from Thailand that got them to the finals, got them to the World Cup proper. Fairly comfortable batting chase. Started with some beautiful stroke play through the offside. Clinical, classical. Beautiful strokes all the way along the turf. Short, wide, crunch. Placement was excellent. Ball running across this lush outfield. Really was beautiful batting. Touch of finesse through the leg side. Shorter boundary on that leg side, but the ball ran away nicely. And it was at this stage you just felt PNG, the game was slipping away from Papua New Guinea. Square the wicket and the offside, always a strong area in the women's game. This was good placement. Good use of the hands to get their hands through the ball and generate pace. Cracking stroke. Too much width on offer. You've still got to put it away. You've still got to find the gap. Absolutely stunning stroke. This was the first wicket to fall. Caught in two minds, you feel, Chantham. Whether to go for the hard sweep or stroke it for a one or a two. Missed opportunity. The game was nearly gone at this stage. It probably didn't have too big an effect, but a missed opportunity all the same. And with just a couple to win, Chaiwei, who played so well. The end was in sight, went for the big one. Went for the headlines. Held at the second attempt by Frank. And the moment all of Thailand will be watching back home. The moment their women's side got to their first ever World Cup. Full toss, tuck leg side. On your bike. Get in, make the ground. We're in the World Cup. We're going to Australia. So, covers going on here at Forfeiture. The final will be here on Saturday. Let's have a little look at the scorecards and a recap of the fixture. Thailand winning and progressing to the final on Saturday. They'll face Bangladesh, who toppled Ireland earlier this morning in a topsy-turvy kind of fixture. Ebbed and flowed all the way. Bowling figures for PNG. Ravini was excellent. 1 for 7 from her 3.3. She had a good tournament. Sabona Jimmy was economical. 3 overs for 12. She had a good tournament, Sabona Jimmy. Bat and ball. 2 overs for Oala for 10. Mary Tom, 1 over for 7. Expensive for her. And Ambo, normally so economical. 1 over for 10. Arua picked up a wicket. 1 for 11 off 3. And Vicky Ara, 4 overs, 0 for 11. But not enough runs on the board, I'm afraid, PNG. Thailand chased it down with consummate ease. Well, comfortable win for Thailand. They were excellent. They lost the toss. They were asked to bowl first. PNG couldn't muster enough runs. Thailand easily chasing down the target of 68 with a couple of overs to spare. Plenty of wickets in the hutch. They'll progress to the final. Isabel Joyce is at the post-match presentation. We'll go across and hear what the captains have to say.
Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation for this semi-final of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Qualifier 2019 between Papua New Guinea and Thailand. With me I have the match referee Graham LeBroy, who's going to present the Player of the Match award, and for her 1 for 5 from 4 overs at Sulipur and Leomi. Sulipur, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're on the plane to Australia. How does that feel?
ได้ไปออสเตรเลียแล้วรู้สึกยังไง
ดีใจมากเลยค่ะเพราะว่าอยากไปอยู่แล้วอ่ะ นี่ก็เป็นโอกาสดีของเรา
So really excited, really happy, and the aim was going to Australia.
Okay, so one more game and you're champions. Do you think you can beat Bangladesh on Saturday?
หวังว่าอย่างนั้นค่ะ
Hopefully, hope to do that.
Okay, well, congratulations, a well-deserved win. That's it from me. Back to Niall.